Guys, all right. Here we go. We're loaded up and kicking here in the semifinal round. Winner of this going on to the championship here in the Blitz World Series. We got Qien in red fighting out of Russia on the left. We got Kwos in yellow fighting out of Jordan on the right. Kwos has wrecked his way through the prelims, obviously earned his way here on 4 wins and 1 loss. Qien kind of just automatically got here because he wrecked everyone last month. So we don't know how much Qien knows the map. We're not sure if it's absolutely necessary. Now, Matt, I know you don't have a lot of Blitz experience. Right now, gun to your head. If you're wrong, you're going to die. Who you choosing taking home this series?
I heard that Qien beat Woody in
It's true. It is true.
and for that reason only, I am choosing Qien.
Yep. I think,
but he's out of practice. And I just saw Kwos dominate Marco like he was some pathetic noob. So I don't know. Okay. Gun to my head. What's this best of?
It's best. So it is best of 5. And for any of you guys new here as well, we do have set factions
Kwos.
starting off Sov, then Allied. But yeah, best 5. You're going with Kwos?
Yeah, I'm going Kwos.
I got to bet on the Octo Kid, but I am a little worried because I don't know how much he's been playing, but I am thoroughly.
Yeah, I don't think it's much.
Yeah.
I think if he had been playing a little bit, I'd be all money on him.
Yep. But yeah, and you already see Kwos a little bit of the aggressor here. You've Qien forced to bring out the bunker, play a bit more defensive. And on this map, it's kind of interesting. If you can get map control, playing off that ledge here in the middle that Kwos is up on, you can kind of get that higher ground advantage, kind of work down from there and pick on your opponent. But both players making good use of the conscript fodder here. You see that a lot in Blitz matches because the dogs, you don't really need the speed of the dogs as much. You know, the conscripts can get to the battle sooner. So a lot of times early game, you see the conscripts getting a little damage done here. Good use of fodder by both players.
And that oil is going down now.
Yep. And those oils, so in the oils in the corner here, you can't build off them, so they're difficult to defend. Whoever has map control is going to be able to take them. So Qien kind of, interesting, just gives up that oil. And now Qien kind of considering going in.
Nice deso. Very nice deso.
Yep, nice deso to defend. And now he's going to go right into Kwos' base. A quick first point here.
I don't like this.
Yeah, I don't think he has quite enough to push, but yeah, and now, so Qien is behind on Rhinos now.
Yeah, and he is up on. Oh, he's down. He's down on eco. No, they're even on eco. No, down. Sorry, trying to count the number of oils. I'm looking for miners, and
you're
they're
looking
not there.
for miners. Yeah, that was a nice little hit and run. Saw that opening on the power plant. It's nice at this top level. It's amazing these players can watch their base, keep their macro up, do all their other things.
Yeah.
And as soon as they see an opening, they bounce over and hit a power plant. Like, oh, that power plant's open. He does the calculation. He takes it. You know, it's so quick. But very interesting Soviet looks from these players here. We're at the 3-minute mark.
Beautiful.
Early tech push from both players here. Both players preparing what I call the Soviet trident, the Iron Curtain, the Dreadnoughts, and the Kirovs. So Qien getting the first Kirov out. Kwos is going to get a Dreadnought out here pretty quick, though.
That navy yard from Kwos, I think, is hugely important because it allows him to build Sea Scorpions and then delay the Kirov. So it allows him, you know, Kwos then can build a few more Rhinos or can build up, you know, his flak track force because he pushed away that Kirov.
Yep, rerouting that Kirov. Yep, really slowed down that route, making him take the long route. But look at this Dreadnought on the top side. Oh, it gets the nuclear reactor.
Huge. Desos, though. Can they get? He's not microing them.
And why did Kwos not build a Dreadnought? I mean, the Scorpions were a good first move, a couple Scorpions, but then why? Oh, now his Dreadnought seems so late. This Dreadnought's doing work, and Kwos needs to consider.
Desos.
Okay, now
if they were deployed, they would destroy them. Oh, lovely IC from Kwos, though. I think that is a game-ending IC.
Yep, it's a very beautiful one. He's right in the heart of things right now. Obviously, Qien does have his force shield to use, but Kwos, damn, so both players in each other.
Elite!
Man, this is hard to follow right now.
Oh, full shield, beautiful.
Wow, saves the Iron Curtain. So right now, Qien loses his army, right? Qien has to go drones, and Deso is very, very quick.
There's the Deso up at the top.
Yep, okay, so now the Deso's taking out the Dreadnoughts, and the Dreadnoughts were Qien's only offensive tool left, and now the Rhinos are coming, and Qien's not.
And the Kirov down bottom, and there's the GG.
Yeah, when Qien didn't switch to drones, you knew he was kind of over there, but he won the Dreadnought. He won the tech race. You know, we got the Dreadnought and the Kirov a little bit faster and was getting some stuff done with them. But then Just, I mean, ultimately the Rhino micro, right? I mean, he fell behind on the tank battle there.
Yeah, yeah. I think going double dread was potentially a mistake when those, even though Kwos was very slow on those Desos, Kwos should have taken out the Desos while he had the opportunity. If those dreads had still been able to fight, Kwos I think would have panicked a bit more, or not panicked, but reacted more to them. And that was an open door that Kwos didn't take advantage of. I don't know whether it would have done much, but
yeah, it was
there.
It was interesting the way the action, if Kwos would have, it was interesting that Qien couldn't really bring his army up to defend the dreadnoughts more because Kwos was pressuring from the bottom. But you saw, I mean, in that game, Soviet versus Soviet at the top level, whoever gets ahead early, and Kwos ultimately just took map control. He got a little bit ahead on his build, he got ahead on tanks, and then just didn't make any mistakes and was able to close it out. But the Soviet versus Soviet top level, Kwos having the more reps, certainly a point that makes sense for him to take, I think. Hopefully, hopefully, I'm always cheering for the barn burner. Obviously, we all want game number 5, but I do think some of these other factions, Allied, I think, is probably where Qien thrives a little bit more. He does a good job kind of managing a lot of different things at once. So Qien going to come in with some early GIs. We've seen a lot of early infantry on this map. You can usually get some good value out of them.
Quick query from a Blitz noob. Is Allied America, or can they choose the Allied faction, or do they have all tech?
Yeah, good question. Good question. So in Blitz, each of the so Soviet has all the Soviet bonuses. Allied has all the Allied bonuses, except the Grand Cannon. There's no Grand Cannon.
Okay. I mean, that's where I was going. So we will see power drops and Black Eagles here, for example.
Yep. And particularly on this map, it's very interesting. These Allied openings, you see already. We're at the 90-second mark. Yeah. We got Rockies, Eagles, tanks, GIs, and this map's interesting because you start with 2 pre-captured oils. So these players are coming out right out the gate with an economy they're not used to on the previous Blitz maps. Yep. And these players are really, everyone's finding that out very quick that you can do a lot early on. So it's created some early exciting action, especially for the Allied player. You can diversify very, very quickly, which is fun.
Yeah, I love this Eagle build from Qien. Yep. Oh, he does take out the AFC.
Yep, and that's a big thing here, Matt. And like in the AVA games, it's the AFC wars between the Eagles. Whoever can control the other player's tech, And it's those 3 Eagles taking out AFCs. It's just constant, and then it's so hard to come back from. So you see, Qien is going to continuously bomb that AFC.
That is huge.
Yep, and a player like Qien controlling his Eagles so well, it's so difficult. And it's difficult. Do you build 5 Patriot missiles? Marco actually does play with stationary air defense. Like when he plays Allied versus Allied or against Allied in Blitz, he puts a perimeter of Patriot missiles. But a lot of players don't really seem to be able to balance that with their economy, I guess. Obviously it's power, it's money, but that's how Marco does it. So, and we are seeing Kwos bring out a few Patriot missiles here.
Double AFC! That's a fuck you if I've ever seen one. That's the snipers! Yep. Oh no! Now I know why Kane sponsors this tournament, because you can build because people actually build snipers.
Yeah. Kane loves the snipers. Yep. So both players...
he does. Yeah, test troopers and sniper IFVs. Yeah. But I mean, if you've got all the bonuses, then really useful. I haven't seen Qien do. Have I seen Qien do a power drop? Did I just miss it?
No, yeah, he's been using them right in that middle section, I think. Yeah, just kind of defensive. But the snipers, that sniper IFE cleaning things out. Both players kind of drawn a DMZ here. And you see, so through this middle, obviously, man, on these bumps, you can't build through here. You could theoretically base walk over the cliff, but you can't build through that zone. So it kind of creates an interesting little kind of gap in the base walk action.
Can you build up the cliff in the top middle and bottom middle?
Yep, you can build up, and then theoretically you could build over and base walk. But yeah, you can build up. Which so now keep in mind, Qien is gapped on the front lines here, so Kwos is a little bit
huge.
Ooh, that's a lot. That's going to be a big.
Oh.
Yep. And that's just.
How many Eagles does it take to take down an oil?
So 5 Eagles take down an oil, and that's just. And then and Qien gets the value. Kwos did get more value for sure, and that's something.
He did.
And that's something that's one of those things that's hard to get used to with Blitz. And you see players like Legend, who's just like a great player, and he comes and plays Blitz and he beats people up without really playing. But Legend oftentimes makes that mistake just because he doesn't play Blitz often. He's putting the oils in positions where they're very vulnerable, and that's one thing that's hard to remember. Like, you're just throwing your buildings down, and it's hard to remember like these oils are bombs, and you have to be very, very careful. We see a lot of players even at the top level forget that.
So I mean, like regular legend, right? He makes a mistake and then he loses. Classic legend.
Who's gonna?
Big engagement there though, and the Rocketeers from Qien absolutely dominating.
Yep, the Rocky control from Qien there was huge. He's now pushing in, and Kwos has nothing to defend.
Over.
Yep, and the Rockies, yeah, that's game. Wow.
I mean, the Rocketeers there from Qien were really what did it. Nowhere near enough AA from Kwos by the looks of things.
Yep, yeah, and the Rocky control there, getting in, especially AVA. You know, the ability to control the Rockies and targeting the other players' tech tanks when you start engaging. You know, the Mirages and the Prisms start melting so quick to those Rockies. So if you can get in there, there isn't too much anti-air. You can get a lot done quick. So now we are switching over to swapped factions. So the loser, Kwos, is going to go Soviet first. So we switch over to Soviet versus Allied. Did someone said?
Oh my God! What a barn burner!
A little early on the barn burner. I don't know about that.
What is barn burner?
The barn burner. So a barn burner is a Canadian hockey term for a really good game. It's just like.
Are you a Canuck?
No, but I don't know. Like, I grew up on the Canadian border, and like we just always said that, and I never even knew what it meant. And then I started saying it in here, and I realized most people don't know what I'm talking about, but. All right, here we go, rocking and rolling here. So now we got Kwos picking up Soviet here. Picking up is not the right term. It's set. The factions are set for any of you new guys in here. So the loser of the AVA does go Soviet first. So now Kwos with Soviet, Qien with Allied. As you guys just saw there, Qien very, very comfortable with Allied. I think this map specifically is going to favor Qien because he likes to. I mean, his advantage, obviously, as the Octo Kid, is having 8 people. I mean. Sorry, having 8 hands. So Qien has 8 hands, and obviously, you know, some of us, if we had 8 hands, there would be nothing to do with them. We only want to, you know, drive our rhinos in circles. But for Qien, he has a lot he wants to do. He wants to build up a quick base. He wants to manage a micro 12 different eagles. He wants to have his grizzlies, his GIs. So I think on this map, it's interesting giving Qien this extra chunk of money early on and allowing him to do all the things he wants right away and take advantage of his 8 tentacle arms. So you see Kwos playing a bit defensive here, out with an early bunker. A bit different to see for Soviet. Oftentimes Soviet versus Allied, the Soviet player is the aggressor, taking early map control and trying to make things happen. But so you see here, this is very, very nice. We saw this in the game. I forget who did this in the tournament so far, but GIs backed by the sniper can push in and do a lot of work here. You know, obviously countering dogs, countering desos if microed appropriately, and Qien might be able to pick up a quick win. I really like this move. We have seen a couple players pick up wins like this, even at the top level, if microed appropriately. And Kwos doesn't have a radar anyway, so there is going to be no desolator support. Nice tank control here though from Kwos, pushing right into those GIs, chasing the Grizzlies back. Oh my God! Wow, and I fell for the same mistake that Qien fell for. Kwos was baiting those buildings and damaging the army, and then pushed in the rhinos. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful from Kwos. I mean, ultimately, what did Kwos lose there? A couple bunkers. Yeah, very nice pushback, very well handled, nice hold from Kwos. But Qien is going to be able to hold this position. Nice amount of pillboxes here, and both players now pretty decent economy. Keep an eye, paradrop topside, paradrop topside. Those Yuri's Revenge GIs coming in doing work. Splits up. Ooh, look at that split. He's got a couple attacking the. Took the War Factory, took a tank. That's great value. I mean, obviously a free paradrop doing any value is always good. Yeah, Ed, no, great point. Yeah, I'm over here. Obviously, you guys know I'm a Qien fan, obviously. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, I mean, Kwos obviously looking octopus status as well. Clearly, Kwos is managing as many things as Qien, if not more. Kwos looking very, very tough this month. This is a lot of rhinos. I mean, Qien's gonna have a hard time holding here, to be realistic. He does need to get those GIs into position, start using those eagles defensively.
Hello,
here.
my friends.
But even then, Kwos should be able to get some values, and now Qien's broke, so that's going to be the last pillbox coming. That oil takes out the GIs. Luckily, Qien is getting a bit of chip damage in here before the anti-air comes. Those Rockies getting a little bit of damage. So Qien now going to look downfield, try to counterpunch a bit with these the Eagles, cancels the barracks. It's going to slow down the desolator. And Kwos also puts himself low power. Keep an eye on that radar. The radar's not turning, means he's low power. So now there's flak tracks in the mix. The Rockies are going to lose value. Qien's broke. Qien is broke here. His economy should be catching up fairly quickly. He's on 7 oils. Kwos should probably be harassing the corner oils to slow things down. But Kwos isn't one of those guys where it's like, Kwos, why don't you chop off his legs and then kill him? Kwos is like, why don't I chop off his head? Nice oil hit, 2 oils. what was that? 2 oils, a war factory, and a bunker. Yeah, very, very nice. And I think you could argue that Qien should be using his eagles defensively to chip away at these rhinos right now. But we've talked about that before. You keep chipping away at his army, you might lose anyway. You do need to always, at the top level, if you're not controlling your opponent's macro, if you're not making offensive moves, you're just going to fall so far behind anyway. It's not going to matter if he has smoking rhinos. So I like that he's keeping the pressure on. Takes an oil, takes a power. Kwos was lucky he didn't build that nuclear reactor 3 seconds earlier. And these rhinos are still very scary to me. Severely. These are enough rhinos to get something done. And finally, we see someone take advantage of the backdoor route here, going around his defenses, but not choosing good targets here. Targeting the tanks, doesn't get any buildings, and very, very questionable. Wow, Kwos did not get good value out of that. He pretty much only took a war factory. I was thinking he was going to dive on one of these oils. The chain reaction wouldn't have been that bad, though. He got himself in kind of, it's tight back here. Kwos got himself in a bad position there. I liked the idea of it, better in theory, but also very good defense. The Eagles were getting involved, the Prisms, the Rockies. Qien did lose a AFC there. All right. But the battle rage is on now. Now the tech out for Kwos. Kwos on 12K. So we're going to see a lot coming here, but Kwos only on 1 war factory. Dreadnought out. Hits the Scorpion first. I think he probably should have hit the Dreadnought. I wonder if that was a misclick. That had to have been a misclick, I think. So now we haven't, some players forget that, and Qien blunders a full AFC pad. Wow, absolutely devastating. I mean, it's one thing to lose the AFC, but to not save the Eagles, there's really no reason for that at the top level. So Qien, a lot of people forget this. Qien should actually be using his aircraft carriers to attack the dreadnoughts right now. It works fine. Yeah, Iron Curtain now out. Iron Curtain for Kwos. Qien in trouble, I think, here. Yeah, sells the MCV. Qien calls GG. That was interesting. You know, Qien made some good decisions. Kwos even blundered a little bit, but Kwos played so strong early on. Kwos, but even after that tank blunder, interesting that Qien wasn't able to get a leg up there. Just wasn't really able to counterpunch. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. So, I did this wrong, right? Kwos on 2, Qien on 1. Yeah, they just weren't really producing very much. Both players were kind of... Qien going beast mode? I don't know about that. Is that a wishful beast mode, Legend? Yeah, so both players were controlling each other's production quite a bit. Kwos got a little delayed on his tech. He only had 1 war factory, so that's why the money was getting so high there. They just weren't building many units. They weren't pushing tech till kind of late game. All right, so here we go. So point number 4 here. It is best of 5. If Kwos can take this one, he will take the series home. So Qien fighting to stay in it. Again, guys, for these games, there is no timer. There's no timer here in the final 4. These matches are running without a timer. Obviously, normally we have that 10-minute timer. Little secret sauce for Qien. Fish with the secret sauce for Qien. I think that's a good move. I think that's exactly what Qien needs, is a little secret sauce. He's going to need it because Kwos is a beast. Kwos looking really, really strong. Kwos literally just blundered all of his tanks for like almost nothing and still won the game. So obviously those dreadnoughts doing so much work. So Qien gonna come. Qien's got his tanks way pointed to his MCV, just pushing right in here. This is what you expect to see from the Soviet player, but just trying to bait pillboxes, throw the allied player off, make him waste some money, taking advantage of those early rhinos. No, it's not 2-2. Is it? No, this is the 4th game. No, can't be 2-2. All right, using the Eagle defensively, the Rocky out, the Grizzlies out. Okay, so now Conscript's joining the fight here on the front line. The Conscript's going to make good fodder here, but a sniper out to counter. Ooh, and all of those Eagles do miss. So sniper out to counter. So yeah, Qien kind of needs to either push or pull back. He is going to push in, taking out those pillboxes, and you see Kwos kind of baiting him here. Going to take that oil. That oil should get Probably won't take the War Factory. Does take the War Factory. Okay, nice. So that's a good hit. So now you see Qien comfortable pulling back here. He's very happy with the value he got early on there. That was Kwos' only War Factory, so that's going to put Kwos behind. But God, Kwos already has a mess of Grizzlies, even without a War Factory. He's got a lot of tanks right now. Kwos moving very, very fast. It's all that SFJ, man. That fast-moving SFJ getting him honed in. All right. So the sniper's gonna do a pretty good job thinning out Qien's fodder. So Qien not even bringing anything from his barracks right now. Ooh, and Qien gets caught a bit out of position here. Kwos has quite a few Grizzlies. Okay, how is the dust going to settle on this? Kwos is going to come ahead. Oh, but another Rhino joining in. The Eagles could make a big difference here if they can get a kill. And wow, and look at that micro from Kwos. If you guys go back and look, Kwos chose to hit the Rhino that had full health. There was 2 smoking Rhinos. He specifically targeted the one with full health. Very, very nice move. Rocky's topside, no anti-air. Qien gets a flak track out and a flak cannon. Flak cannon, okay. And now these GIs and these Rhinos. Can Qien hold this position? I don't know. Going to be very, very tough. Sentry guns coming. Where's the Desolator? Where is the Desolator for Qien? Qien on 7K. Qien on... Oh, but Kwos splits the oils and doesn't take one. That would have been huge. That would have splashed those. It would have splashed the Rhinos. Oh, and then bad tank control from the Octo Kid there, letting those GIs do way too much work. And Qien still not bringing a Desolator into the fight. The Grizzlies rolling through here. Qien probably can hold this. I mean, maybe, but he's gonna be in shambles by the time it's done. Gonna be tough. Yeah, Kwos gonna drive right past all these sentry guns, and now Kwos' GIs pushing in. Qien's still on 6K, so the sentry guns are gonna keep coming. See what these Eagles can get done here. Oh, and again, what is Kwos doing? Kwos, you need 5 Eagles to get an oil, man. It's not like Wheel of Fortune. It's not like you spin it and you don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, you gotta. It takes 5. It takes 5. It takes 5 Eagles, and somehow somehow Qien's holding this position. I'd love him to repair that oil because I'm getting anxiety right now. Okay, so now you look, and Qien, I think, trying to overcommit here a little bit. I think he's excited about that hold, and he wants to try to get some offensive value, so he's kind of desperately looking for a counterpunch right now. Qien now on 5 War Factories, not going tech, which is the exact opposite of what you expect so far, what we've seen in the meta at the top level here. Most Soviet players, especially versus Allied, are looking to get that tech out, and finally those oils go down, and Qien dives on the MCV here. He is going to get it. Kwos sells the MCV. That's his only War Factory. Oh my God, that's his only War Factory. Qien gets... Wait, what is happening right now? Okay, so... Kwos calls GG. Let's go, boys. Oh my God, that was such a weird game. Honestly, at the top level...
Oh my God, he's blundering so hard right now.
I don't, yeah. It's so weird because at the top level, I mean, I watch these lower level games all month long. And then so at the bottom, like the things you see, right? Like honestly, this game is a lot of equations. And so you're doing these calculations very quickly and you're like, okay, that many Rhinos is enough to kill that many sentry guns, or this guy doesn't have enough money to do this, or that's too far away to get there. And you're always doing these little calculations to try to determine like what's going to happen. And you guys know, even at the lower level, I'm not great at it, but at the top level, it's like nonsensical. Like I just can't even, like I'm like, okay, this is clearly losing, and then it switches, and then this is clearly winning, and then it switches. Wow, it's very, very, yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get it going, guys. The barn's burning, boys. The barn's burning, boys. Barn burner, point number 5. Banger of a match. So I mean, somehow it seems like Qien's kind of like way behind, honestly. But I don't know. All right. The Jordanians or Jordanians? Yeah, for you guys, you know, Kwos out of Jordan, obviously legend out of Jordan, which makes 2 of the top 5 players in the world out of Jordan, which is crazy. It's a hotbed, man. It's a breeding grounds for good Red Alert 2 players. All right, so this is match point, guys. It is best of 5 here. So these players are choosing their own factions. Obviously, Qien going to go with Allied, and obviously Kwos going to go with Soviet. So ending things here with a swapped faction. I love it. Allied versus Soviet. Qien, such a strong Allied player. Kwos, such a devastating Soviet player. Let's see what we can. We'll see what we can get out of this. Bunkers out now from Kwos. Again, we're going to see him play this a little bit defensive. Now, in their last point with these factions, we saw Qien push in with the sniper IFV, push in with the GIs. He did take out the bunkers. He took down Kwos's defenses, but Kwos was able to counterpunch pretty devastating in that game. So I don't think we're going to see the same thing happen again. Qien needs to be careful if he goes through the middle. Those alligators will eat those GIs. We haven't seen Kwos harass the corners very much. We call it the old Berg oil corner hit on this map. Berg did it in the prelims. I think he was like 7 for 9, sending conscripts to the corners and destroying enemy oils. Even, I mean, against top level players, it was working. But Kwos versus Qien, they're kind of playing a different game. Everyone else playing checkers. These guys playing chess. All right. And so the GIs do get through the center, microing out the alligators. Very, very nice. Sniper out now. Oh, sniper. Where is that sniper? Oh, he's going to prevent. Oh, he was trying to prevent the bunker. The sniper cycle rate is so slow. These GIs, Qien rerouted these GIs. Oh my God, the bunkers came up on the bottom. Qien rerouted the GIs through the gator pit, micro killed the crocodiles, then chain reacted and oil took a war factory. Beautiful hit. That's exactly what you want against a Soviet player. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. All right, but Kwos is a beast, though. Kwos has enough rhinos to try to make something happen here. He doesn't want to go right into these pillboxes, but he doesn't have to. He could actually go up on this cliff, try to chain react that oil. Yeah, play the higher ground here as the Soviet player. Kwos doing fine, though. He's got his radar out now, so he can get a Desolator in the fight to try to slow down this the fodder and the GIs that Qien's using so well. Marco calling this one for Qien. Yeah, Qien, obviously that early value against the Soviet player. I mean, we talk about, normally I'm saying the Soviet player has to get value. If both players just sim city for 3 minutes, the Allied player generally has an advantage. But if the Allied player can somehow get early value against the Soviet, then it's even more devastating. Like, the Soviet player has to move so fast early on, has to try to get something done. Now look at this army. Look at this army from Qien now. He's got the snipers in there, he's got the GIs, he's got the dogs, he's got the grizzlies. Beautiful control, and Kwos hunkering in. And yeah, and you're going to see Qien. Qien's going to control the tech from the skies, takes out that battle lab, and the Soviet Trident is Kwos's only way out of this, realistically. He needs to get the Dreadnoughts, the Kirov, the Iron Curtain in here to mix things up. Does take out that radar. That's going to slow down the Desos. But Desos have a hard time. Against properly microed snipers, the Desos have a very, very hard time. And, oh, Qien suis over the oil, takes it out. Beautiful control, obviously. But at the same time, hats off to Kwos for moving that MCV. Got the MCV out of there, was able to save it. This is an absolute mess of Grizzlies, and we're not seeing a tech push from Qien. Qien on 12K here. Just both players a little too busy with their armies. When you see the money, yeah, Qien just picking them apart from the skies. Yeah, when you see this much money at the 5-minute mark, it's not necessarily a good sign. It usually means that both players aren't really doing as much on the back end, and that's just because they're both, you know, literally using everything at their disposal to manage their armies right now. Obviously, Kwos trying to micro his anti-air to try to slow these Eagles down, but Qien just raining hellfire from the skies right now with these Eagles, doing so much damage, and obviously able to maintain his Grizzly numbers enough to completely shut down these Rhinos. One thing about this map, it's so tight here. The mobile anti-air has a difficult time navigating through this map. So trying to defend with flak tracks is very difficult. Pulls the flak tracks to defend the paradrop, and the Eagles come in, take another oil. We did see Berg use a similar strategy of this, just continuously harassing the oils with the Eagles. Is a great way just to kind of chop the Soviet player off. In this case, Kwos has got a cool 20K in the bank, but Qien, with now Prism tanks and Mirages, and with Kwos not able to get tech out here, it's so tough. If he could get an Iron Curtain, if he can make something happen with that, he hasn't been able to use his Desos. Kwos is putting up solutions, and Qien's kind of countering them just very, very quickly right now. Yeah, Qien is going to slowly be able to edge him out here. Nice control, putting the Mirages and Grizzlies in front. Kwos calls GG. Qien takes it home. Yeah, wow. Very, very, very interesting match. Yeah, Adesso wouldn't have gone out though with those snipers. That's the problem. Yeah, are we sorry? Callahan says, are we finally going to see what the Nighthawk can do? Yeah, it's funny. No one uses Navy SEALs come out early, Ed, but yeah, we don't see many Tanyas or Chrono Legionnaires. Fish all psyched about the Nighthawk.